Hello. I wanted to talk to you today about the times that we're living in, times of unprecedented change, and how we need to play a bigger game. Now, what do I mean by that? And what is unprecedented change? Well, if I just tell you a little bit about myself, when I was a little girl, it was before the days of electricity, or at least domestic electricity, because I was born in the mid 1940s. And so just coming up to the 50s, domestic electricity was made available for domestically for houses. So prior to that, we had gas light, and I can remember that distinctly because it used to flicker a lot, and it wasn't actually very bright. So it was amazing when we got electricity. But more than that was the fact that along with electricity came washing machines, tumble dryers, vacuum cleaners, hair dryers, all of those things became available, fridges and freezers. So with the fridges, women didn't have to do so much shopping so often because the food was able to be stored. Irons, electric irons. Prior to that, people had to heat up metal irons, and it took ages to do ironing. It took a long time to do washing and drying. And most people had rugs instead of carpets, and they had to be taken out and beaten outside to get the dust out. It was hard work. So electricity revolutionized how women lived day by day. And the next thing that was quite revolutionary was plastic. Now, I remember when I started school, I had a slate and chalk to write with, and then we had wooden pens because there wasn't any plastic. But I remember the first Barrow pen that I ever got, I was absolutely blown away by it. It was amazing, and I felt so important having a Barrow pen. So plastic, Tupperware for storage in the kitchen, for bins, for all manner of utensils around the house. It was amazing, absolutely amazing, and a real game changer. So that was unprecedented change. If we go to 30 years ago, the internet also revolutionized things. I mean, on my wrist now, this Apple Watch can do all manner of things because of the internet and because of the advances in electronics. I'm able to have like the equivalent of a computer on my wrist, and I can talk to anybody in the world. And if I've got any question I need to know the answer to, I can just ask Siri, and there you go. And it's the same for people in Africa. There are more people in Africa who have mobile phones than have toilets. So we are living in times of unprecedented change. Other change in more recent times, apart from the internet, was Google. Google kind of has made all of this possible. Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs created Apple. We had, who else have we got? YouTube, Netflix. They're all game changers. All of them are game changers. Amazon, whatever you want can be delivered to your door. Now, one of the things is that there's a lot of damage being done as well as all the good. When I was a young mum, nappies, babies' nappies were hand washed, terry toweling nappies. In about the, I don't know, late 60s, 70s, disposable nappies became available, and that was because we had plastic. So disposable nappies, but right now we find that we have islands of plastic the size of France floating in the ocean because we have all enjoyed the benefits of these innovations, but we were not able to see further down the road that when everybody in the world was doing it, what a mess we would get into. So we do need to play a bigger game. My point I want to make to you today is these times of change are coming faster and faster because each technological advance combines with the ones before, and they transcend and include and build on, and we are doing things rapidly. So how we're doing business today is not how we did business 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We had no social media, don't forget. There was no Facebook. Um, you know, that has changed the face of business dramatically. All the social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of that, YouTube. And also businesses used to take a long time to build up. You know, there was startup stage, then there was the build up phase, then there was, you know, the taking off. That is all happening like in a year or two. You know, YouTube, I think, went from startup, a couple of kids in the garage, to within 18 months, Google was buying it for billions. I don't know. So things are happening exponentially, and we really, really, really need to take on board, is your business future fit? We need to think about that. We need to think about our lifestyle. We need to play a bigger game. So how do we play a bigger game? Well, in my view, women fare better when they work as a collective. Think of the Indian Wall, where the Indian women were protesting about the two women who went in the temple and who were like being seriously punished for that. And these women all stood just side by side by side in a silent protest. It went on for nearly 400 miles of women just standing in a line. Of course, it was televised all around the world. Now, they were playing a bigger game quietly. They weren't creating any fuss. There was no harm coming to them because they had the benefit of numbers. Me Too, it was hashtags. Those women didn't even know each other. They'd never seen each other. They might not have even liked each other. But the fact is, they were supporting each other. Hashtag Me Too. Hashtag Time's Up. It was quietly, but you see, we are energy beings. We're not just three-dimensional. We are multidimensional. We are energy, and everything's energy, and we are already interconnected. So playing a bigger game is hooking up with other women one way or another. And I have lots more to say about this, and it would be great if you did want to join a collective of women, to join Western Women Mean Business online. The membership is currently half price, so click the link below and come and join a collective of lively-minded women who are playing a bigger game. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.